up, guys? It is Mr. Sports Freak 56 coming at you with a new sports video, and we are talking about Notre Dame, the Chicago Cubs, and Deflate Gate. So, starting off this video, we are talking about the University of Notre Dame. So, if you guys didn't know, the University of Notre Dame is being sued by ESPN. Now, what could ESPN sue Notre Dame over, you might ask? ESPN is suing Notre Dame because Notre Dame will not release the records, the police records of their student athletes. ESPN says it is a violation of the Indiana state law to do that. Notre Dame has said, no, it is not, because we are a private institution, and those laws don't apply to us since we get no state funding for our school and education here at Notre Dame. ESPN then said, well, but your police force, the university campus police, are a public entity. So you do have to release these records to us. Notre Dame says, no, we do not. We are a private university. It has to do with our kids, and our kids here at the University of Notre Dame are going to a private school, so it's none of your business. So is ESPN right? Is Notre Dame right? Notre Dame's right. Notre Dame is definitely right. It's none of the ESPN's business what Notre Dame does, and if Notre Dame doesn't want to release police records to ESPN, then that's their decision. Now, ESPN is suing over that fact and trying to make it so Notre Dame does have to give them the records, and I think this is absolutely a load of BS that ESPN is doing this. First off, ESPN, you're acting like a world power, and you're sticking your nose in everybody's business, and you won't leave everybody alone. That's point number one. Point number two, you're just jealous of the fact Notre Dame has a multi-billion-dollar deal with NBC, and you guys can't televise Notre Dame games on your station, and Notre Dame has one of the, if not the biggest fan bases in the entire college football world, the Subway Domer system, as we call it, and you guys are just jealous. And you're looking for something to talk about. That's all it really is. You guys are so rich and powerful that you can do this and get a story out of it, per se. It's not enough that you got Deflate Gate. It's not enough that you had all the stuff that went down with Ray Rice. It's not enough that you had all the stuff with Michael Sam. It's not enough that Florida State got annihilated by Oregon, and then Oregon got annihilated by Ohio State. You guys have nothing to talk about, so you guys will make up a story over the fact that Notre Dame won't give you what you want, and you're mad about that fact. And let's also be honest, you guys hate Notre Dame because they are Catholic. They are a Christian Catholic college, however you want to say it, and you guys don't like that fact. You guys are always dogging on Notre Dame, always downplaying them. You guys will not talk about the fact that Notre Dame basketball is off to the greatest start ever since the 70s. Since before I was born, 36 years ago. You guys won't talk about that when they're in one of the toughest conferences, if not the toughest conference for basketball, and that is the ACC, that's home to Duke, North Carolina, NC State, and now, who is it? Who they add with them? Syracuse, I think, is in the ACC. Yeah, Syracuse is in the ACC now, too, so that's a huge one. So, yeah, you guys are just ornery and upset about that, and let's be honest, you're getting rid of Lou Holtz. Well, Lou Holtz is retiring. You're not getting rid of, but you guys are so happy to see him go because he's a Notre Dame fan and the only person that would ever give Notre Dame any credit at all. So ESPN, just get your freaking nose out of everybody's freaking business. You know, who cares? You're just trying to get dirt on Notre Dame and the fact that they did have a couple guys that did get in trouble with the police, and all of it was settled, and none of it really went any higher than that, and you guys can't stand that fact. And I sure hope that Notre Dame does really well on basketball and proves all you haters wrong at ESPN Studios. And I also hope that you guys can't give Mike Golick a hard time, even though he's part of ESPN, because Greenberg's always giving him a hard time, and Greenberg's just another jealous hater because he went to Northwestern, and Northwestern is crap at everything they do. They're a crap university, and they're a crap football team, and they got lucky to beat Notre Dame this past season, and I hope Notre Dame goes on to be undefeated and gets in the playoff system and wins the national title, just to shut up all of you haters, because that's all you are a bunch of haters. Keep hating on us because we're one of the greatest programs in college football and the college world in general. We have 11 national titles to our name, second only to Alabama in national titles, and where Alabama has 15. So keep on hating on us. We absolutely freaking love it, and go shove it, ESPN. Moving on, the Chicago Cubs. Talking about the Chicago Cubs, Chicago Cubs first baseman Anthony Rizzo, I do believe is his name. He said the Cubs are going to win the National League Central Division. Put it down, we're going to win the Central, and we are a World Series contender. Now, I'm all for being confident. You know, I like that guys are confident. I like that they think their team has a shot at it. You should think you have a shot at it before the season starts. I get that. I understand. But to put it out on a public forum and to say in an interview, yeah, we're going to win the Central, is ignorant. You guys haven't played one game yet. You guys haven't done spring ball. You guys haven't done anything. I'll give you this, though. You guys are having the best offseason out of any other MLB team. You guys are doing everything right, getting Madden, getting that pitcher, I cannot think of his name, Lester. Picking up Lester as a free agent and signing him to a lucrative deal. But like I said, you guys haven't done anything yet. And yeah, you know, you guys look like you're going to be a contender because of all the guys you got. But ask the Yankees how that went for them. They bought all these players, and it took them 3-4 years to win a championship with all those good players that they forked out a boatload of money for. And here's another problem with what you're saying, dude. You're in the most competitive division in all of baseball, the toughest division, whatever way you want to say it. You have to deal with the Reds, the Brewers, the Pirates, and the Cardinals. The Reds are being underestimated. People are saying the Reds don't have a prayer, they don't have a shot, they're going to be at the bottom of this division. They're a veteran-leaded club. Yeah, they're a little older, but veteran-leaded clubs have one thing over everybody else: experience. They've been there, they've done that, they've been to the big games, they've been to the show. They know how to handle themselves in certain situations. And the Reds are not to be underestimated. I think with this new coach that they have, I think he will be the game changer for them, and they could be a definite contender. I hate saying that because I hate the Cincinnati Reds, and I think that they are one of the most worst teams in all of sports. And then you got to compete with the Milwaukee Brewers. The Milwaukee Brewers are a very good ball club. If TruePack, I don't know if you're a Brewers fan. I know you're a Packers fan, so maybe you're a Brewers fan, so shout out to your Brewers. But the Milwaukee Brewers are a really good club. They have lots of veteran leadership. They always make it, decently far in the season. They make a push just about every season. For the last few seasons, they've been really good. They could win the division. The Pittsburgh Pirates, who are a very young ball club, just like the Cubs, just like you guys are very young, like I said, but now they have that experience. They've been to the playoffs 2 seasons in a row, and they're getting that experience, how to handle myself in the postseason, how to deal with the pressure, how to address the media, how to, get the right routine down to be successful. The Pirates could win this division. And then you have the St. Louis Cardinals, who've been running this division forever. The Cardinals have been to 4 straight National League Championship Series. That's 1 series away from getting to the World Series, Rizzo. And yeah, you took a shot at them. I know you did. You didn't say the Cardinals, but I knew who you were talking about, and everybody knew who you were talking about when you said a few other things other than we're going to win the Central. And it just shows how immature and inexperienced you and your organization is. Now, I'm not saying the whole organization is saying that they're going to win the Central, but you're making it out to be that you guys all think you're going to win it, and you guys haven't played 1 game yet. You don't see the Cardinals running their mouths. You don't see the Brewers running their mouths. You don't see the Pirates running their mouths. And you don't see the Reds running their mouths. Because they've all been here. They've all gotten into the postseason in the last few years. They've all made pushes to get to the World Series. And when it comes time to address the media, they know exactly what to say. You guys are young, and as I said, you haven't played a single game yet. If you guys win 20 in a row and you haven't lost the game in 2 months, then yeah, maybe you guys will be a contender. Maybe you guys will win the division. I'll agree with you there. But you guys haven't done anything yet. And no, I'm not dogging on the Cubs, and no, I'm not saying that I'm better than everybody else because I'm a Cardinals fan. Because the Cubs are a very good franchise. They're extremely loyal. I've been to Wrigley. Wrigley is one of the greatest stadiums to ever go to. It's a fantastic place. People are extremely friendly. I went to a game in late July when the Cubs had no shot whatsoever at making the playoffs, and that stadium was packed, filled to the brim, when you could be doing something else, anything else in the great city of Chicago. You could be at the Art Museum, you could be in the park, you could be at the White Sox Stadium when the White Sox were trying to get into the playoffs. But no, the Chicago Cubs Stadium is absolutely filled to the brim with fans. It shows loyalty, and yes, Cubs fans deserve better than what they got. But to say, like I said, that you're going to win the Central before you've played a game is very stupid, and you sure better hope that you win the Central because you're going to make yourself look like an idiot. So good luck to the Chicago Cubs. That's another thing, I will be making recap videos for the Cardinals. I'll do series recaps. I won't do every game because that's 162 games. I ain't doing that. But every series that's over, I will say, hey, I like the Cardinals. They did this, this, and this right. They did this, this, and this wrong. So that's going to be another future endeavor of this channel. Finishing this video with Deflate Gate. The Patriots are in the news once again. They're talking about Deflate Gate and how 11 out of 12 balls were deflated 2 pounds under the legal limit in the NFL. Now, of course, people are making a big stink about it, saying, well, who cares? It's just a couple of balls, and, it shouldn't make that big of a difference. But here's the issue that I have. The issue is the fact that New England did it again. If the Colts had done it, if the Ravens had done it, if Seattle, well, maybe not Seattle, but if Green Bay had done it, then people probably wouldn't care and they wouldn't be making a big deal about it. But the fact of the matter is, the Patriots did it again. They got in trouble for Spygate. How much different would the Rams be if they had not lost that Super Bowl? People are saying the Rams should never have lost that Super Bowl because New England knew all the plays the Rams were going to run, yada, yada, yada. That's in the past. Don't want to dwell on the past. But it just shows that New England has to cheat in a way to win games. And the problem with this is the fact that 11 out of 12 footballs were found to be deflated. Now, if it was one ball, I could understand. I get it. Mistakes are made. People screw up. I get that. It's the same with, like, in baseball and hockey where somebody gets the wrong stick or somebody gets the wrong bat. It's a corked bat or it's a messed up bat that makes the ball weird and whatnot. I get that. But 11 out of 12 footballs that you guys used are screwed up. Tell me there's not something fishy going on. And New England fans, can you honestly say that your coach and your quarterback are telling the absolute truth? Brady comes out in the press conference and says, yeah, I felt all the balls and I couldn't tell any difference and blah, 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 and I have no idea what anybody's talking about. Quarterbacks are the weirdest individuals other than kickers and maybe goalies in hockey where they have to touch all the footballs. They have to make sure everything is to a T. I mean, all these different quarterbacks, college, pro, even high school quarterbacks have admitted that they have certain routines that they have to go through. And if the ball is just a little bit different than what they're used to, they get upset and they want it to be changed. So I understand that. I get that. But if you're going to use this to win a game, who says you haven't done it before? Who says you're not going to do it in the Super Bowl? Who says that this is the way it really is? And to have Brady, one of the most well-known sports figures in the world, let alone football, where people in Africa know his name, people in China know who he is, places that aren't into professional football like we are here, could be the one that did all of this. That's the issue I have with it. And yeah, I'm a Rams fan, and yeah, I'm probably still bitter about the fact that we lost to the Patriots. And you know what? I am still bitter about the fact that we lost to the Patriots in that Super Bowl. Because ever since we lost to the Patriots in the Super Bowl, we have done nothing. We have plummeted to the bottom of the league. We're getting ready to lose our team for not only the first time, but the second time in St. Louis to lose a team somewhere else. That makes me extremely upset. What would have happened if the Rams had beaten the Patriots? If the Rams had lost to the Patriots and then gone on to win a Super Bowl or even contend for a few more Super Bowls, then I probably wouldn't be as upset as I am. But it just proves that the Patriots organization is a bunch of cheaters. and they have to cheat and exploit loopholes and rules like they did in the Baltimore game to win ball games. I hope Seattle absolutely pounds you guys. I hope Seattle puts you guys into the ground and beats you 45-0. I hate saying that because I can't stand Seattle. I've been to more Seattle Rams games than any other matchup. I've been to probably, I think, 6 Seattle Rams games here in St. Louis, and Seattle fans, even before Seattle was a powerhouse that they are now, right now, competing for multiple championships, they were running their mouths like crazy, telling us that we weren't a good franchise and we were terrible and blah blah blah. So it's hard for me to say that I want to see Seattle win the Super Bowl, but I really do. You guys are a bunch of villains. Your coach and your quarterback are lying to the public and lying to the fans. Now, I understand Patriots fans are loyal. I don't want to call out Patriots fans because you got to stick with your team through thick and thin. Saints fans stuck with their team when Bounty Gate came out. I get that. Loyalty over location, loyalty over whatever's going on in your organization. Stay loyal to them. I'll stay loyal to the Rams till the day I die. So I get that. So I'm not calling out Patriots fans, but I'm calling out Brady and Belichick and the organization for doing what they're doing because they're saying the NFL hasn't even contacted them. And if the NFL hasn't contacted them and this information came out Monday and then the NFL revealed that, yeah, they are investigating it, what do you mean you haven't talked to Brady? What do you mean you haven't talked to Belichick? This front office of the NFL is just an absolute joke. An absolute joke. So, Patriots, I really hope you guys get pounded into the ground. All the Seattle video makers, shout out to you guys. I hope your Seattle Seahawks just prove everybody wrong and beat these stupid New England Patsies. And people are just jealous of the NFC West that we have a third straight year of the NFC West being represented in the Super Bowl. So that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you like this video, smash that like button down below. And as always, have a great day. God bless. Go Irish and go Rams.